Okay. So yesterday what we have discussed about the GL accounts creation. Okay. How many levels of GL accounts, what we are, how we need to create in SAP system, and what is the reason why SAP has given three options to create the GL account. So we have seen the in detail explanation about yesterday. So even until now, 20 in S4 HANA also. Okay, so the same process what we are following. Okay, so even in the implementation projects also, okay, we are following the same process. So that is the reason. Better way, what I would suggest, initially you can create GL accounts at chart of accounts level. Okay, so unnecessary, no need to create this many accounts for each and every company code, because for this legal entity, it would require only the 1200 accounts. I mean, for this legal entity, it will require only the 800. It will require 1500 only. Okay, whatever the required GL accounts only, which we need to map for that particular legal entity. Unnecessary, if we map all together at a time, what will happen? Unnecessarily, the GL accounts will sit idle and without posting any business transaction. Okay, so that is the reason. So no, I mean, please do not go by, okay, all together at a time. Okay, don't create all together in central level. Okay, now general ledger accounting. No, the concept of the general ledger, before going to jump into the, I mean, GL account creation and all, we will see that one, how to create the GL accounts and all. Okay, so I think we have already created the GL account in yesterday's session, but we need to understand the concept of general ledger accounting. Let us check here. Double zero ZIN we have already created. ZOSG. Okay, here also we have already created. But if you remember correctly, this is the company code which we are going to use, okay, to post day to day our business transaction. I mean, for our practice purpose, because we are going to post the, okay, so the currency SGD related legal entity. Okay, fine, that is well and good. But now let us understand the concept of general ledger accounting. Okay, so first let me take this screenshot. Okay, so now general ledger accounting is a central component for all the other submodules. Okay, so without having general ledger accounting, we are not going to do the configuration for any modules, because other modules, I mean, just a simple scenario, whatever the business transactions which we are going to post. Okay, when I say the business transactions, don't confuse the documents. Document means, again, why we are posting the documents. The documents, it's a proof of concept, what we have done, what transactions we have done, either it's a purchases or payable, some office expenses, or okay, some courier charges, some administration charges, whatever it may be. So whatever, I mean, salaries payables, whatever the transactions which you are doing, it's a daily or month-end transactions. Those transactions we must have to record by using the general ledger accounting. So without general ledger, without GL accounts, you cannot post any business transaction at the end, because with help of the general ledger accounting only, we are going to prepare our financial statements. Keep in mind. Then, so that is the reason general ledger accounting is a central component for all the modules. Okay, I'll put it here. GL accounting is the central module for all other mod for all other sub modules. Okay, why I am calling sub modules? Then I will explain you again. Okay, because why general ledger accounting we are not calling as a sub module? Why we are calling others as a sub module? We will discuss later on. Okay, now I have a let me give you the clear picture here. I- We have a n number of modules are there. Now let us think about now this is the accounts payable module. Then at the same time, I have a accounts receivable module. I'm only talking about FI module, accounts receivable. Then I have the asset accounting, fixed asset accounting. Then let us think about if you have a bank accounting also, it should integrate with your GL. Bank accounting. Okay, now if you can see here, apart from this, I'm only talking about here FI related module. In case if you have other than FI module, I mean, if you want to more detail, sales and distribution, because sales and distribution also need to integrate sales and distribution, sales and distribution, material management. So now each and every area, now if you think here, each and everything, if you want to purchase any material, what you would require? You would require purchase at the time of purchase, vendor account will be credited, your material account will be debit. Okay. So now how vendor account will be also vendor will be interconnected your sub ledger with sub ledger. We will discuss about that one. Okay. With the reconciliation account concept that will be interconnected to the general ledger accounting. Again, inventory account is a raw material account. It is a general ledger accounting. I mean, how much quantity which you are receiving. The similar way, fixed asset accounting also, when you are purchasing, this is the asset. Okay, it's not the inventory. Then how much depreciation, I mean, what is the depreciation for the month of May? Okay, and what is the net book value for the month of May, okay, which you wanted to know. So that is the reason where all the transactions are sitting. Okay, these are all the transactions are sitting and interconnected to the general ledger accounting. Okay, so that is the reason that's GL accounting is a heart for every business organization, even for SAP also. Without general ledger accounting, you cannot implement or you cannot do the configuration other modules. Okay, that is the reason this is the basic configuration or basic setup for every business organization. Okay, so now I just have given the brief explanation here. Then before going to start the general ledger accounting, then there is a one concept which I kept aside, that is the organization structure of the finance. Because why I have kept aside, so earlier until yesterday we have not done any config, I mean, we have not completed the baseline configuration. Okay, so once we do the baseline configuration completion, then we will come to know, okay, what is the organization structure, because we don't know at that point of time what is company code. Okay, then remember, this is the organization structure and this is the interview point of view also very important. Okay, then what would be the organization structure of the finance? I'm only talking about finance here, I'm not talking about FI and CO. Okay, then client. So what is mean by client? You remember, right? Okay, this is the client. Whenever you are going to logging into the system. So now if you display, this is the client. Okay, client is the highest node of the organization structure. Then under client, you will have the company. Then under company, you will have the chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. Under chart of accounts, you will have the company codes. Company codes will be there. So now under company, okay, so this is the organization structure where we are going to use. I'm only talking about FI, remember. Then so this is the organization structure of the finance client, company, chart of accounts, company code. Now, if we talk about, okay, under this, if you want, you can mention the business area. Okay. So the business area does not have the any interrelationship. So that is the reason I'm not going to mention anything. But if you want, we can keep it business area also here. So business area is nothing but your geographical location. Okay, how you are creating your business. Okay, let us think about now you have a business in India. You are running a business. Okay, so you have a different branches in India. One is a Bangalore, another one is Hyderabad, Mumbai, Kolkata. Okay, like this. Okay, however you want, you can create a business area. But now business area will be created at client level. There is no interrelationship between company codes and business area. Just remember. Now, this is the organization structure, what we have discussed. Now, moving back to the creation of the GL accounts. Okay, yesterday we have created the now what we are going to discuss about today. Okay, exactly. We have discussed about organization structure. I'll put it here. General ledger accounting overview. Overview we have discussed. Then organization structure of FI. Okay. Then what we can do, well, let us create the GL accounts. Okay, so in SAP, there will be two activities will be there, which we are going to perform. One is a configuration activity, another one is a end user activities. Okay, let us differentiate the two activities from now onwards so that it will be easy for us to understand. Okay, so now consulting activity till now what we have done. Okay, this and all which is relevant for your consulting activity. Okay, so now except GL master creation, since it is a master data creation, it will be the part of end user area. Okay, but now, okay, until now what we have done, we have done the basic configuration. I mean, okay, let us leave about, we have done configuration in order to post the general ledger related documents into the system. Okay, now coming to the end user area. Okay, so remember this and all completely the configuration from the beginning until yesterday what we have done, that is a configuration. Okay, that is a consulting job. End user, the person who is going to post or feed the organization business transactions into system. See, end users are the person, only they are the they are the persons responsible to post the business transactions. Okay, to post the business transactions, not only post. post post feed change. Okay, the persons who are going to post feed change. Okay, change and reverse the organization business transaction into production system, so that this will be important for us into production system. Okay, so now why I have mentioned here is the production system, because now as a consultant we will do the configuration in the golden client, I mean development server. From there, we will move changes from development to quality system. Okay, in quality system, we will also do the changes. We can also create master data. We can do the postings. We can do the changes, whatever we want in development and quality. But now in production system, being as a consultant, okay, we should not do any postings or any changes, any reversal in the production system, because the reason being that we are not the authorized person to perform such activities in the production system. Remember, okay, that is the reason only end users or business users are the authorized person to perform these activities in the production system. Since the production system is a live system, it will be connected to the okay multiple interface system like banking system or XIPA system, okay, other interface system which will be connected. So that is the reason do not do any changes in the production system, okay, without knowing business. Even sometimes some users will come back, we do not have authorization or we don't know how to do, then you can help them, but ask them to do the same activity in their user ID itself. Okay, do not encourage to okay do the activity by using your user ID, just for your information. Okay, so now end user activities. Okay, as part of end user activities, what we are going to do, one, create GL master data, create GL master data. Remember, when end users are performing for all the activities which they are going to perform, first thing is that the system will not create any transport request. Remember, then coming back, if you remember correctly, the beginning session, this is the end user screen. Easy access is the end user screen. Here only the users will come back and will perform business transactions, the end users. Okay, remember. Then create GL masters, then post GL documents. Then once the document will be posted, display the document. Then once the document will be okay displayed, what would be the next activity? Then the next one is that change document. Change document. Then the next one is that account display, GL account display. Okay, display balance. Okay, GL account balance display. Then okay, so now I'm just listing out the okay. Then the next one is that how to set our own layouts, in the system. Then how to save the how to save the layouts, how to save the layouts, and how to choose our layout. Okay, I'll put it this one, point by point. 8, point number 8. How to choose our layout. What we have created. Okay, we'll see the one by one. Then how to make default layout. How to make default line layout. What we have created. Then let's see the one by one. Okay, how to create the first. To create the GL master data, we have the three options what we have discussed yesterday. Okay, what I am trying to do, this is the activity what we are going to perform. Then for that activity, what is the transaction code? Because I know the transaction code, the document what I am going to give for the configuration. Okay, then in that document, you may notice path and as well as the transaction codes. Okay, because I know the transaction codes, that is the reason directly I am jumping into the transaction codes. Now, creation of GL masters, I am using central transaction code FS00. Post the GL document F-02 R FB50. Okay, then R. Okay, FB01. Okay, I will explain you in detail one by one. Display the document FB03. Change the document FB02. GL account balance display FS10N. There is a one more thing which I missed here. Right here. Sixth one is GL line item display. Line items. GL line items display. Then FBL 3N. This one. Then how to set our own layouts. Okay, in there itself we can able to do the changes. Okay, in the layouts itself. Then fine. So now in the FBL3N or FS10N itself, I mean, there is no particular transaction. Okay, if I display the report over there, I want to set my own layouts. Okay, for a different purpose. Then let's see that one. Okay, now let us create the GL master data. Okay, what is the GL master data creation? Okay, FS00, here we have the three transaction codes. Okay, because for practice purpose, I am creating the central level. Okay, the central transaction FS00 is the combination of your chart of account segment as well as company code segment. Remember, it consists of two segments. Then go back here. FS00. So now I'm going to create new GL account. Then click on create. Since it is a one series is a, remember, always keep in mind, one series we have used for liability, two series for the assets. So 1 and 2 is the assets and liability. It will be the part of your balance sheet accounts. Okay, remember. So, and 3 is the revenues, 4 is the expenses. Okay, so now 3 and 4 will be part of your profit and loss account. So that is the reason while creation of GL account, keep in mind, okay, first you need to decide what is the group. See now, one series, as I mentioned, it is a liability. Let us think about if I give the different group, what will happen? Let's see. System is throwing the error message, because for live asset series, this is the GL account what we have configured. This is the GL account. Remember, and also this GL account, I have used 10 characters, but this is not mandatory to use the 10 characters. Some organizations may use 6 characters only. Okay, some organizations may use 8 characters. Some organizations may use 4 characters. It will be the depends on the organization to organization. The length of GL account number will be vary. It will not be the same. Okay, remember. Then, but in general scenario, 6 digit will be okay. Most of the cases you may see 6 characters will be used. Okay, 6 digits will be used. Okay, but for our understanding, okay, the length of is a 10 characters. Let me select expenses. Sorry, it's a liabilities. Okay, now system is allowing. Think about then once this is either it should be a balance sheet or profit and loss account. Since it is a balance sheet account, okay, remember once you do the postings, let us assume instead of selecting balance sheet, you have selected as a profit and loss account. Okay, you have done some postings. Then once the business transaction will get posted, it will not possible to change this one. Okay, remember. Okay, just keep in mind that one. The account group you cannot change later on. Then short text, just giving here capital, go to control data. So this is the chart of account segment. Short description is a limited characters. Then this is a long text. It is having the up to 50 characters only. Okay, remember. Okay, then coming back to the control data. So here you can see here multiple options are there. Account controls. Okay, these are all the controls will be part of your company code level. Okay, so account currency is a local currency. Okay, if I select the company code currency is a Singapore dollars. If I select only balances in local currency, then what will happen? Okay, so now first thing is that if you select this option, then the system will allow to, I mean, all the business transactions. Okay, then what first thing is that once the business transactions will be posted, if there will be any exchange rate differences. Okay, so when we are going to see that exchange rate, if the transaction happen into the other than local currency, other than Singapore dollars, then only the that will come into picture. Okay, so in such situation, the exchange rate differences will not be considered if you select this option. Okay, just for your information. Okay, so now all the balances will be now, even though if the business transaction posted into US dollars, okay, now that will be converted into Singapore dollars and it will be displayed. Okay, even if you conversion will be mandatory, okay, even it will show, but only the system will show only the SGD only, Singapore dollars related balances only. Then exchange rate difference key, this we are not using. Even valuation group also we are not using. Then come to the tax category. Tax category, if you remember, GST, right? Okay, when we are going to do any business transaction, some service related, some material purchases, okay, then material sales, whatever it may be, then we need to charge it, we need to apply some taxes. Then the taxes are two types. One is the input tax and output tax. Even in GST also, we will have the same scenario. Okay, one is the input, another one is the output tax. Now, if I go inside of this one, this GL account is relevant for what kind of tax? Either it should be relevant for input tax, okay, only for input tax, or only for the output tax. If you specify or if you select these symbols, the system will only, let us assume if you select only input tax. then the system will allow only input tax related entries to that particular GL account. Okay. If you select plus, what will happen? The system will only allow you output related transactions. Okay. For this particular GL account postings. Then if you want to allow both input and output, then give the star here. What system will do? System will allow you all transaction irrespective of input and output. You can see here all tax types for the allowed. But remember, before specifying this one, whether the GL account is relevant for tax category or not, you need to keep in mind that one. Then let me give you, okay, post without tax allowed. Okay, now I have given a tax calculation for the I mean input tax. Then if I give this option, what system would require? As soon as when I am posting a business transaction for by using this GL account, then system will system will ask, I mean, to post the system will try to post the separate line item for the tax calculation. In such situation, in some scenarios, I do not want to post tax computation as a separate line item. Even I do not want to tax postings for that particular business transaction. In such situation, if you select this option, then it will be okay. The system will not post any tax related line item for that particular business transaction. See, posting without tax allowed. This is the checkbox. Okay, so now we are instructing to the system allow the business transaction without posting any taxes. Okay, then I'm just removing this one since this GL account is not relevant for your tax computation. Then reconciliation account types. Okay, now we are going to use three reconciliation accounts. Asset, customer, vendors. Contract accounts is a separate module. FICA is a FICA is a separate module. Finance and contract accounting. Okay, anyhow, we are not going to discuss about that module in our sessions. So you just ignore this one. If you remember correctly, when I was explaining about a GL account organization structure, GL accounting is the central GL account, okay, central module for all other sub modules I just mentioned here. What are all the sub modules which will be integrated internally? Now, if you can see here, the GL account, if you want to post any vendor, customer or asset related transactions, you must have to select this the nature of the GL account. Okay, but anyhow we will discuss more and more. Then only, I mean, the GL account is relevant for what? If it is relevant for customer, you need to select this one. Then only the customer visit the customer sales related transaction, it will get updated into customer master data as well as into your GL master data, because the GL is the proof of concept where you can use to draw the financial statements. Okay, this we will discuss. Okay, this is the interrelationship between your subledger as well as your GL accounting. This is the place where we are going to interlink. Then alternative account number, this is not required. Alternative account number. Okay, in case if you want to maintain, okay, legacy asset number. What is meant by the legacy asset number? Okay, here for share capital, this is the GL account number which I have allocated in SAP. But in my old system, okay, now at this moment I am using Tally software. In that Tally, I am having a separate ABC 123. This is the number what I am using for the share capital posting, because business users would like to identify or they are familiar with their existing data. So that is the reason, if this number if I specify here, because they know the default number, what is the default number in their existing system. Okay, while seeing this, The business users will notice that, okay, this GL account is relevant for, okay, share capital posting. Okay, so for that cases, then alternative account number that is the SAP has given, which we can use that one to identification purpose only. Okay, apart from that, nothing. Then inflation key tolerance group, because if you have given any tolerance group, if you have created GL account tolerance group, then we must have to assign here. Remember. Okay. Then coming down, open item management. The open item management option, which will be used for only for balance sheet account. Remember, this is the important one, even for interview perspective also. The open item management option as follow. Remember, these are important points for your interview. First thing is that the open item, OPI, open item management I mentioned. Okay, instead of that one, the option is applicable only for balance sheet, balance sheet GL accounts only. Point number one. Then the option will be activated only for clearing accounts. What is meant by clearing accounts? I will give few examples. For example, bank clearing account, then GRIR clearing account, then some tax adjustments, salaries payable. So, okay, salaries payable and etc. Okay, there will be a scenario. Okay, then we must have to activate this checkbox. Okay, all the clearing accounts, bank clearing accounts, GRIR clearing account, some salary payables. Okay, so all these accounts, this will be required. Then, if you activate this one only, okay, now if you want to make the payment to salary, let us think about what will happen. Employee bank account will be debited. Your bank account, our organization bank account will be credited. Okay, because the money is going out from our organization bank account to when I mean employee's bank account. Okay, so that is the reason. What will happen? The bank account is a clearing account. What you are doing here, you are performing the, I mean, the clearing that line item. Okay, the month end activity, as part of the month end activity, which we are clearing the, I mean, salary, the line item. Okay, as part of the salaries. Okay, we will discuss about that one more. Then now, whether this account, in case if it is any clearing. Okay, now here also let us think about the scenario. Now salaries, I mean, this is the share capital. Okay, share capital is the incoming. Then I want to, I mean, the bank account will be credited. Sorry, bank account will be debited. My share capital account will be credited, because which I am receiving money from the shareholders at this moment. Then after 1 year or after 5 years, whatever it may be, again I need to repay that money to the shareholders. In such situation, what will happen? Again, the share capital account will be debited. Then my bank account will be credited. So now I have to offset this account in future. Okay, there is a need, it is there. So then I need to activate this item because I would like to perform as a clearing activity for this GL in future. Okay, remember. So that is the reason I am just selecting this option. Then line item display. Okay, how you are going to, okay, display the line item. So if you give this one, what will happen? I mean, line item display, this will be default for all the GL accounts in S4 HANA. Okay, but here in ECC 6.0, they have given separately is a checkbox. Okay, so now line item display, whether you want to display the line items or not. Sort key, there are L number of sort keys are there. See now, posting date, document date. Okay, it's the nature of the account which we need to select this sort key. Then select 001. Then what will happen while displaying the report? Then on what basis the system need to display the report, like posting date, document date, my company code information, all information need to be sought and it will be display the or populate the report. For that purpose, this we are going to specify. And authorization group, accounting clerk and all this and all not required. Okay. Then coming back to the create bank interest data. So now here, if you remember the field status group, which is going to control at the time of posting, which GL account is, I mean, which field is a optional, which field is a mandatory field, that will be decided by the GL, I mean the field status group. Okay, the field status we have discussed about in detail. Then post automatic only. If you select this option, even if you, after selecting this option, if you try to post this, post any business transaction to this particular GL account by manually, system will not allow you. First thing is that, okay, because since we have already selected the option post automatic only, so meaning that we are instructing to the system post the business transactions at back end without manual intervention. So that is what we are instructing to the system. Okay, so now for this one, the option is not applicable. Okay, for when we are going to select this option, then in case if there are any tax postings or interest calculations, okay, or for some inventory related postings, then only we are going to select this option. Okay. Then supplement auto posting option does not require. Reconciliation account is ready for input. This also does not require. Then planning level, this will be not part of the finance. This will be part of cash and liquidity management. Anyhow, we are not going to discuss about cash and liquidity management. So now this also not required for finance. Then if the account is relevant for cash and bank transactions, then we must have to select this option, because with help of this one we will come to know if it is a bank related, okay, what is the cash inflow, what would be the cash outflow. With help of this, if you select this one, because if you remember, we need to prepare a cash inflow cash outflow statements also. Okay, so if you select this option, the cash transactions will be updated, will be, okay, which we can able to prepare, okay, I mean cash inflow, cash outflow statements. Then here, this is not relevant for my cash and bank. So that is the reason I'm just deselecting this one. Now, if the GL account is relevant for your bank GL account, I mean, now I have a number of bank accounts. Okay, HDFC, ICICI. Okay, if this particular GL account is relevant to my bank account, then only you need to select house bank and account ID. Okay, remember, just for your information, this option also overruled in S4HANA. Okay, you may not see this option in at GL account level in S4HANA, but we will discuss more. Now, interest indicators. Okay, now if you are going to apply any interest rate calculations, then we will see that one. Okay, then interest rate calculation, we have a separate concept. It is there. We will discuss more and more over there. Okay, up to here, it is your I mean, it is end user responsibility. Okay, what information need to be created. Then let me save this. Now I just have created the GL account. Okay, now let me create the GL account, which is okay. One moment. I want to tell you one thing here. Back here. Now, now we have already created the GL account. Now, if I want to create this GL account without keying all the parameters, then what I need to do? Click on with template option. Specify the GL, select the existing GL account, what you have created. Okay, let me select this option. Then company code, enter here. Okay, so already see now the parameters, these parameters which are copying from existing GL account, right? It's not relevant for this GL accounts. You can see here, this is a different GL account. But why system is showing all these parameters? Because we have used option with the template option in order to create the GL account. Okay, so now some parameters I do not want to key by manually. Okay, now balance sheet I do not want to select since this 2 series also relevant for my balance sheet. Then we must have to change this one as a assets since 2 series is a part of assets. Then let me give here is the cash or bank account. Cash or bank account. See now other parameters which are already copied from the existing setup. Okay. Here the field status group should be a G005. But as a bank related transaction. Then save it. Now I have created the GL master data. Okay. Now then once the GL master data will be created, then how to post the document we have already seen here. I mean, okay, we'll see that one. Now there are different things are there. Creation of GL master data we have seen. Then how to sorry how to block the GL account for postings. Then how you can block the GL account for your postings if there is a need. Then how you can block the GL account postings. Remember. Then how to block the GL account at one by one we'll see. Now if this is the GL account which I do not want to post. Okay, I want to block this GL account at company code level or chart of accounts level. Okay, how to block the GL account GL account postings for, I'll put it like this, GL account postings at chart of accounts. Then let's see. Click on this block option. Then block at company code level, block at chart of accounts level. Okay, block for postings. Select this option. So if you select this option, system will not allow you to post any business transaction at chart of accounts level. Let's see the practically. I just marked this as a, remember it's a blocked for postings. Let me go to F-02. take any one date. Okay, we will discuss about more and more. Okay, about this I will explain. But first let us see the options. Share capital. I will give credit this. Okay, let me give. Posting period 05 is not opened. See, the system is throwing this one. Okay, because we have restricted the periods. Okay, so now go to OB52 is the transaction code. OB52. Come down here. What is our Z we have given? Okay, here you can see here the period which I have opened only for the two period only. Okay, so that is the reason system is throwing the error. Okay, because wantedly I just because in real time what will happen, the same scenario will be happen because only particular periods only it will be open, other periods will not be open. Okay, so the five. Okay, for our practice purpose, what I'll do now, I will keep open all the periods from 1 to 12. So because I would like to show that error, that is the reason I did not open all the periods at the beginning. Then 1, 12, I'm for all the accounts I am opening now. Okay, save it. Now let me try to enter. Okay, so now document type and number ranges are missing here. Okay, we have discussed about the number ranges, but we have not maintained the number ranges. What I will do, I will copy the number ranges directly. Then 01 ZZ from fiscal year 2022. What is the source company code? GE01. Then target company code. What is this company code? ZOSG, Z0SG. We will see that one. Okay, now I just copied all the number ranges. We'll see that one. 2023. I have copied 2020. From fiscal year 2022 to 2023. Okay, now added for the, I don't think, because action will be H2. Let me explain you. Company code is a Z0 SG because I'm using now within a company code physical year to physical year 2022 to 2023. I'll explain you later on during this, and it's a year-end activity. I will explain you over there. Now enter the exchange rate. See now why system is asking this one. See now if you remember correctly, we have mapped as a group currency. Okay, so now for that group currency is a Indian rupees, INR. Okay, in company code, if I go here, OB22, we have mapped for my company code is a Z. If I map here, see now Z0SG company code, I have instructed here is a group currency is a Indian rupees. Now, what system is trying to, what is the exchange rate which you have maintained? Okay, so now for time being, I'll give 54 rupees. 16 for the system settings. Translation date, I'll give the today's date only, 16/05/2023. Right, system is looking for the, okay, maintenance, exchange rate maintenance. Okay, We'll see that one. I'll maintain that one. Okay, fine. Now, okay, I'll take here. I'll do one thing. F-02. First, I will give company code is a Z0, Z0 IN I'll give. Okay, here I'll give the Indian rupees. We need to keep it confusion. I think even I have not created a GL account. Okay, this one I have created, right? Okay. Z0 SG INR. Let me that one. Then let me select the 2 series GL account because we just want to see the error. How system is going to control that one. INR this may required. Okay, this I will maintain. Later on I'll maintain. But now then the system will stop us. Okay, only one slash n page 08. One entry I will see that one. Is that INR to GD? Let me maintain that exchange rate. Okay, long back somebody has maintained. CM US date is there. Okay, fine. I'll maintain first of all. M exchange rate. Today's date I'll give 16/05/2023. We will discuss about this one detail. Okay. Then INR to SGD direct quotation. Let me give the 54 rupees. SGD. Maintain. I want to maintain this one. Fine. Now system will allow us to. We will discuss about this one. Now, see. Now you can see here. Okay, this error we have. I mean, even if you give the some other currency also, SGD also, you can see here account is blocked for postings. Now we were expected this is the error. Okay, now what I will do, I will come back here. I will remove this one. Then I will block the GL account at company code level. Okay, company code level postings. Then come back, slash in F-02, view the date, view the same thing. Now you can see here, even system is telling that now the SAP has given options to block the GL account either at company code level or chart of accounts level. Okay, so now even if you can able to block the creation of the GL account also. Okay, once you do this one, then you will never ever post the business transaction. Okay, now this is the way how we need to understand. Now I have removed that one, save it. Okay, now the system is ready to take the, I mean, ready to post the business transaction. Now let me go to the GL account postings slash n. Okay, I'm coming by the path accounting, financial accounting, general ledger accounting, postings. You can see here there are n number of n number of transaction codes are there. F-02 is there. FB50 is there. Okay, FB01. There are different things are there. Okay, but we will discuss one by one. Let me select F-02. Now I am posting a document into the system. My cashier bank account is debiting. Enter. Let me give is a 5,000. Since the company code currency is the Singapore dollars, it is converting. It should convert. Okay. Value date is the today's date. Since it is a bank transaction, cashier bank related, because the field status group we have given G005. So that is the reason system system would require is a mandatory this one. Then let me post to the 50. Now enter. I will explain one by one once again in detail because now I just want to post to the transaction document simulator. Now this has been okay. Now I'm just posting into the Singapore dollars. Now go to the display currency. See now, since we have configured to our company code as a three, see, okay, one is a local currency, another one is a group currency. If I select this group currency, continue, you can see here the group currency, okay, 92.59. Okay, so now each Singapore, okay, now this is the amount is a Indian rupees. If I go here, okay, once after posting the document, it will display. Okay, each Singapore dollar has considered as a okay 54 rupees. Okay, but we'll see the full amount. Okay, then let me display the currency. Then go to the document currency. Then continue. This is the 5,000 Singapore dollars what we are posting. Let me post this. Now the document is been posted. Okay, so now up to now what we have done, we just have posted a document. Tomorrow we will discuss about then in document, this is consist of document header because after posting only we will come to know. Okay, now this is the document header part. Okay, now if you go here, this is the document header. Document header consists what information? These are all the line items information. Okay, so the in the line items, okay, what information the line items are consist, we will discuss in detail tomorrow session. Okay, right. We'll continue the session tomorrow. Then we'll see. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.